Hello guys, it's a girl Crafty NG, and today we are going to learn how to fix invisible zip without invisible zip footer. We're going to be fixing that on this beautiful jumpsuit. Yeah. So if you're ready, let's get started. So first of all, you're going to measure the length of the zip to be sure that the zip is not too long or too short. Okay, so mine is too short, so I'm going to go ahead and sew, but before then I'm going to iron the zip. So this is very critical and important. So you get your iron and you're going to iron the zip. So just watch me close to see how I went ahead to do this. Like I just did now. You're going to unzip, like open up the zip, okay, and then you get your iron and iron it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to get our iron. I'm using this coal iron. You can use your electric iron to do this, but I'm decided to do this one because it didn't have light at the time which I was going to shoot this video and I didn't want to delay. So this is how you're going to iron. You can see you just like iron it straight, so that's dents that you usually have in invisible zip. You will not have it, so just iron it flat, like really flat. Okay, I will do this and then I'll show you what it looks like once I am done. I'll go ahead and do the other side, iron it again very flat, so the zip part and the other part of the zip, like the place you have to sew on your fabric, it's going to be flat, like they should be on the same level. Just iron it flat. So you are basically ironing the back of the zip. Okay, you are basically ironing the back of the zip to flatten it up. You can also iron the front of this. It doesn't matter where you iron actually, but make sure that it's very flat, very flat. So once you are done, this is how it should look, really flat. Okay, once you've done this, you're on track. So next thing we're going to do, I'll take our fabric here and I'm going to sew up the excess. You know, I said my zip was shorter than the jumpsuit, the place I needed to fit the zip, so I'm just going to close that up so that we don't have any opening. So I will sew this the zip got bad for this jumpsuit and I'm just replacing it to show you guys. So once I am done with that, I'm going to get my zip, and you either pin it. I advise if you're a beginner, you've not done this before, please pin down like the beginning of the zip. You pin down any joint, let's say on the waist, pin down that seam to make sure that both sides of the seam are lines. Pin out any detail they have on top, any joining on the zip, like joining on the pathway of the zip. Ensure you mark it on the zip, so you can pin this down or just trace it down. Mark it so that when you are sewing, it's not like the pattern one side of the zip will be up, the other one will be down. I hope you get what I mean. Okay, I hope you do. So yeah, you mark all that up. So this is me here trying to align the zip to it to be sure that okay, everything is is fine, in order. So once I'm setting, I'm just going to take it to my machine and I'll sew. So yeah, I had to make it closer so you can see what I'm doing. So on this line, that's where you're going to sew. That line, you're just going to sew on that line very close. Make sure you don't hurt the zip. Don't sew into the zip part, like the teeth of the zip. Just trace that line. So that's the reason why we iron, so you can properly see the line. So just trace, take your time, gently just go like that. Sew it gently on that line. Okay, just watch what I'm doing. On the line. So you do that all the way down. Let me show you what that looks like. You can see it. Yeah, that's what you should aim to achieve. So you sew that all the way down, and then we'll come back to do the other side. So I'm just showing you how close. I decided to use a thread that's not exactly black, so you can see what I am doing. Yeah, so that's it. You're just gonna sew it like so, down. sew it all the way down. So once you get to the end, you cut off your thread, you check everything, and then you go ahead to start sewing on the other side. Like I said, you must have noted any detail, any joining on the waist, mark it with a chalk so that you don't sew your work and then the joinings, the seams on both sides are not aligning when you zip up. It could look funny and untidy. So mark at that, mark any design on the top. Let's say there's a cape, the joining, just mark those things out. I didn't record that, but I just thought to mention it. You just make a lot of mistakes, you do a lot of adjustments, and you don't need that for an invisible zip because anything can just go wrong. Like if you keep loosening, and so you can easily hurt the teeth of the zip. Okay, so if you watch to this point and you're getting value, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. As you do so, consider subscribing. I share a lot of DIY tips, recipes sometimes. Okay, I share a lot of crocheting videos, patterns, tips, and also sewing tutorial and sewing tips. So let's get back into the video. So subscribe, and I can assure you, you won't regret it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to sew the other side. So I'm just showing you a close-up look on how it will be. I started from the bottom. I had noted every joining, okay, so that everything is aligned. So I'm going to go ahead and just sew it. Yeah, I'm taking my time to sew it gently, neatly. You can see. So at this point I just decided that okay, let me just sew the zip anyhow to just join. I'm using 1/2 inch seam. Then when I'm done with that, I will go back and re-sew it so that the zip is not moving on the fabric. You can actually do that, so that that okay, the zip is already in place. I'm just going to try and sew it close to the teeth to create that invisible zip effect. Okay, so yeah, so I've sewn it to the end, the top of my zip. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my thread out, and then I will go back and re-sew this so that it aligns. So I'm showing you can see the space, so you can see it's not so close to it. So I'm going back now to re-sew it. Okay, so you can as well do this, but this time you just take your time. You're not scared that the zip is moving around. Just take your time and sew it till you get to the end of your zip. Just take your time, otherwise you're going to have an untidy and rough finishing. Okay, so you see I'm sewing it, you can't even see the seam, so I'm sewing it very close to the teeth. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this and I'll show you what it looks like. So we are done now. Yeah, I'm going to cut. Don't mind me, I'm used to using my hand. Please use scissors also, don't be like me. So I'll just cut it as well, and then we'll go ahead and check it out. Moment of truth. Are you ready? So I'm showing you what I did. I'm using the thread to cut out the excess thread, my scissors to cut out the excess thread. I'm just going to zoom out so that you can see how this looks. So I'll cut out. Please don't be like me, cut out your excess thread as you sew. I don't know, I'm not just like that. I just cut after I'm done to make sure everything is neat. But by all means, please, it's bad habits. So this is me zipping it up. At first it may look difficult because you have ironed it, so it's like you're working against something you've done. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, another reason why it could be like this is if you sew into the teeth. So that's why I said try not to. I'm sure I didn't, so you can see it now. Yeah, you can see it. It looks beautiful. You can see it. You can see it. You can see. So I'm taking out that thread so that if there's any thread on it, it's going to affect the work. It can spoil the zip. You can see it. What do you think? Did you enjoy this video? So I took it to a more, littered place on my table where you can really appreciate it. I felt like that place was maybe not bright enough. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Look at the zip. So that's the journey I'm talking about. The waist, you can see it aligns. Yeah, you can see that it aligns. You can see it. You can see it. You can see it. You can see it. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free, and you can just smash that subscribe button so you get notified whenever I post tips like this. Thank you again for watching. To my next video. Happy crochet, happy sewing, and keep living your best life. I love you. Bye.